Hi, everybody, and welcome to the DRF Breeding Report. I'm Dan Illman, always pleased to be talking pedigree with Nicole Russo. And Nicole, all hail, always dreaming, winner of the Kentucky Derby. We're going to take a look at him splashing home under John Velasquez for trainer Todd Pletcher, a $350,000 Keeneland September yearling by a classic line.
Yeah, Bodemeister, siring Derby winner, always dreaming in his first crop. Bodemeister now standing at WinStar Farm, was second in his own Kentucky Derby, second in the Preakness Stakes. He really showed both brilliance and the ability to carry that around two turns during his own racing career, and he certainly passed that on Always Dreaming.
And you look at the female line, there's a lot of class here. This is the second Grade 1 stakes winner produced by the In Excess mare Above Perfection. But when you talk about Always Dreaming, you have to talk about that unbridled sire line, that classic sire line, beginning, of course, with Unbridled, winner of the Kentucky Derby, and, of course, he sired the winner of the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont.
Yes, and his ladder there, as you mentioned, his Belmont winner, Empire Maker, really becoming a bit of sire of sires as we talk about these classic lines. Of course, Empire Maker, the sire of another Derby runner-up in Pioneer of the Nile, who gave us Triple Crown winner American Pharaoh in just his second crop. Pioneer of the Nile now standing at WinStar Farm as well, which has another promising son of Empire Maker in Bodemeister. The Unbridled line also responsible for horses like Grindstone, Birdstone, Mind That Bird, Summer Bird, and of course Irrigate by Unbridled Song recently. The Unbridled line really kind of having a moment when it comes to two-turn dirt stamina in America.
Unbridled also the sire of Red Bullet, I believe, winner of the Preakness Stakes. And I remember Empire Maker splashing home to win the Belmont to deny Funnyside, so certainly a little bit of wet track ability in this sire line as well. Let's also talk about Bodemeister, other horses from Bodemeister's first crop. It hasn't just been Always Dreaming. We had a hint last year when the two-year-old started to run that Bodemeister, he had a lot of quality about him.
Yeah, they ran very early. Of course, Bodie's Dream got off the mark very early as a stakes winner, taking the Astoria. Ode Dionysus began to emerge toward the end of the year, a stakes-winning juvenile, stakes winner this year as a 3-year-old. And Bodemeister with a couple of graded placed runners in Royal Copy, American Anthem. So he's really turned up some class early on here. And certainly, you know, you thought that he might have all the tools to be a good sire, being bred very well, running very well, getting a very good group of mares in his first book, and he's really delivering on that promise.
Bodemeister, very, very impressive runner in his own right. Heartbreaking loss for him in the Kentucky Derby when he finished second, having that big lead in the stretch. And he's had some impressive two-year-olds at the sales this year. 4 of them has sold for over $200,000, including one $525,000 purchase and one 2-year-old in training that sold for $750,000. So perhaps the best even yet to come from this impressive young WinStar stallion Bodemeister, son of that emerging sire of sires, as Nicole mentioned, Empire Maker, the grandsire of Triple Crown winner American Pharaoh. So we'll see what Always Dreaming has in store for the Preakness. Next week is Preakness week. Nicole and I will be back on the DRF Breeding Report to discuss the pedigrees of some of the new shooters that will be facing Always Dream in the second jewel of racing's Triple Crown. You can follow Nicole on Twitter at DRF Russo, and of course you can follow the latest breeding news and notes from DRF at DRF Breeding. We'll see you next week.